bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
When you adopt an animal from a shelter, you're guaranteed to have a friend for life. And my next guest is here to tell you how you can go about doing that. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Jamie Lindrow-Han and you're watching Comcast Newsmakers. This hour's newsmaker is Steve Saccatelli, animal rescuer from the Companion Animal Trust. And today we're talking about animal issues, animal rights, and how maybe you at home can adopt your own furry friend. Hello and thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, talk to us, first of all, let's talk about your friend here. We can't start the interview without also introducing Gabriel.
This is Gabriel, who's suddenly being a little bit shy, but he is a pit bull terrier mix that we took from the Hudson County SPCA before they were closed last week. He's very friendly. He's about a year to a year and a half old.
And Gabriel's up for adoption?
Gabriel is up for adoption along with dozens of other dogs in the area.
And of course they can contact the number that's on the screen if they would like to adopt Gabriel. They'll get in touch with you. Talk to our viewers about why they should adopt. Why should they not purchase animals from those pet stores?
People should not purchase animals from pet stores because pet store puppies are raised in factory breeding operations called puppy mills. Without going into too much detail that we may not have time for today, they're factory operations. They're incredibly inhumane, and the brood bitches and breeding sires, the mother and father, are usually slaughtered when they can no longer breed.
Oh my goodness.
And there are dozens of other atrocities.
Let's talk about Gabriel here. A lot of the shelters, especially in this area, they're flooded with pit bulls or pit bull mixes. And a lot of people there's a lot of stigma that surrounds pit bulls. So why don't you explain, I personally have one as well, and they couldn't be further from the truth.
I have three. They couldn't be further from the truth. Pit bulls, actually, in the Victorian era in the United States at the turn of the century, were the #1 family dog. It was customary for people to get a pit bull to protect the children. Right. They are very good dogs. The problem is that in the last couple of decades they have been weaponized by people for fighting because they are strong and they are loyal and they will do whatever you teach them to do. A pit bull that has not been affected by this sort of treatment is the best pet that you can have.
Absolutely, and of course you can find one at your local shelter. Talk to our viewers at home about the rescue group and the work that you do. What's your mission?
Our mission is several-fold. On a daily basis, it is to rescue animals from shelters who would otherwise be euthanized for space issues. Our mission is also to educate the public about spay and neuter because, you know, really the problem needs to be cut off at the source. People are breeding these animals and breeding these animals, and they're ending up in shelters, especially the pit bulls. And there are lots of people in this area that don't understand that when they're breeding these puppies, by the time they're a year or two, they're in a shelter and they're being put to sleep because there are not enough people for them. So I think our main mission is to stop, or just to sort of try to convince people to cut off the overpopulation.
Educate people on spaying and neutering their animals. And I mean, even today, it's not that expensive to have that type of operation done.
There are many low-cost options. There is Friends of Animals that you can get a low-cost certificate for people that are local. There's a very good rescue group called CARE in Bayonne, New Jersey that offers low-cost spay and neuter certificates. There are statewide programs that you can spay and neuter your dog for, I believe, $20 if you rescued it from a shelter.
What about funding? Let's switch gears and talk about funding a little bit because this is a nonprofit organization. So how exactly do you make it work?
We don't buy new furniture. We take money out of our pockets. We rely on donations. We do fundraisers. Really, we need the help of people who are willing to give a few dollars to save great animals like Gabe here, and you know, it's you know, people's choice of charities is a personal one, but it's a really rewarding thing to give your money to.
I think Gabe likes our set.
Yeah, I mean, take a look at this. This is what the work and a little bit of money of a few people was able to save from death, and this is what people can help us to do.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Comcast Newsmakers. Good luck to you, and
Thank
good luck to you, Gabriel. SAR's newsmaker has been Steve Saccatelli, animal rescuer, and his buddy Gabriel, who is up for adoption. If you're interested, contact the number on the screen. I'm Jamie Lindrow-Han for Comcast Newsmaker, seen exclusively here on Comcast Cable. As always, you can join us online at cn8.tv. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.